Hi everyone! So I thought it would be a good time to film an updated foundation routine. The last one I did one, I don't remember, but it was in the really early stage of my channel, probably around March or April last year. So I thought I would go ahead and film another one for you guys. I actually already did my eye makeup, just so after I film this video I'm all done. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy. Let's get started. The first thing I do is I apply my moisturizer. This is just a soothing natural ones. I mean, whatever moisturizer you use. I have fairly dry skin, so I pat it on my really dry areas, which is around my nose, my chin, and around my forehead a little bit. And then I kind of just let that air dry for a little bit. So I am going to be using my favorite foundation. I've been using this for like 6 months now. I love it. It is the Maybelline Fit Me foundation. And the name fits it really well because this is obviously not my color. I'm a lot darker than it. I picked up the wrong color. But it does fit me because it blends in my like skin tone even though it's not. So I shake it up just a little bit like this because it says to shake it, but I don't like feel good shaking it up all over the place. So I'm going to take a little bit, I'm going to pour just a bit on my hand just like that. And then I actually use my fingers to apply this. I used to use a brush, but now, I think it's more natural looking with your fingers. So I put a little bit on and making sure all my hair is out of the way. And I'm gonna like put it like that, and then I always blend one side first and then I do the other side. So just taking this and just using my fingers to kind of just messily kind of blend it, but this also makes it look a lot more natural. And then doing the exact same thing on the other side. So just putting a little bit on and just blending it out. I also use a little bit on, I always put like a little bit on my under eye because I don't use really heavy concealer anymore. So. And then now I start working on my chin and going up to my forehead. So just like this. And I do always have breakouts on my nose, and I have a really red nose on the sides, so I like to put some on there as well. And then taking the last little bit and placing some on my forehead and just blending it. So that is it pretty much for my foundation. So what I do now is like take both of my hands and kind of just pat it on, making sure it's all blended out really well and making sure I have no edges down here. And yeah, so now it's time for concealer. As I mentioned, I don't use powder concealer. I don't use heavy concealer. I do use powder concealer, which sounds weird. I use my e.l.f. Complexion Perfection powder, and I mix this yellow and this green. And I place this right on my under eye, and it's a lot lighter than a concealer, but I feel like it brightens my eye really well. So I just use the yellow and the green, blend it up all over the place. And then whenever I have little zit, acne, breakout things, which you can see I have some, I take a little bit of the green because that cancels out the redness. And I tap a little bit on there and I blend it in with my ring finger. And this really helps cover it up and everything. So that is pretty much for my foundation. And now I'm going to move on to my blush. The blush I've been using kind of daily now. I do like to switch out my blushes, but most of the time I reach for my e.l.f. blush in the shade Mellow Mauve, which I've talked about endlessly. I talked about it in my November favorites and November favorites? I talked about it in my October favorites. So yeah, and I also take this just little mini baby brush, and I just tap a little bit of it, and cap a little bit off. And I like to smile a little and then bring it up. And I don't like to put on too much blush because it'll look way too unnatural with my skin tone especially. So put it kind of in the apple and then blend it upwards to my temples. So I am all done. That is my foundation routine. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Have a great day. Please leave your comments down below, and also don't forget to follow me on Twitter. See ya. Bye.